Greetings and salutations, Vikings. Welcome back to our Commissar run with Commissar Ivanov. As you remember, we are about to meet the leader of this spaceship, or we're supposed to do so. And as a reminder, I will hide somewhere in the video a code for you to grab for accessing this beta key. Incomprehensible information is displayed on the large screen above the conjugator. Of course it's incomprehensible because only the tech priest can decipher and read. Adaptus Mechanicus. Lovely. Love the attention to detail over here that we have going on. Massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood and a resource of incredible value. Aboard a void ship. Real wood. Why is the guard acting with that? If I see you raise your head again, I'll hand you over to the tech priest for servitorization. Log. I would like to keep the log up and going. Let's keep the log up here. It will hinder a little bit of our view on the screen, but I like to have a log playing for us. So, somebody is praying over here. A noble guest. A candlelit altar with a copy of the 2344th volume of the Lex Imperialis, the codex that the secret laws of the Imperium. May his will strengthen my heart. May my humble deeds be the benefit of mankind. And then her servants over here. You hear the stuttering words of a prayer for the God Emperor.
Follow my lead.
I love the atmosphere that we're capturing here. There you are. Konrad of Voigtvier is the one who was speaking to us earlier. So we're heading apparently to the next room. Doors opening. Master of Whispers, it's an emergency. The esteemed Lord Captain's pet has broken. Oh. Oh. Well, it's still a beta. There's some frame stutters here and then.
Find you soon enough.
So, kill the rogue trader's pet. A 1x beast held in the cage has broken. Great. Good. We can start a battle. Normally you can sometimes alter in terms of like where you want to stand as well. Let's start a battle. Let's go for it. Taking a shot. Hits it with a 9. Very good. We have up here an injury that's permanent. And is now in a frenzy. Oh, goodness gracious. It is killing off everybody. Ready your weapons is giving us an plus 10 to ballistic for 1 round. That means I will be able to shoot better. So what I would like to do is to let them give hell. Target enemy becomes marked. The ally who kills the marked enemy gains additional turn and AP.
All too easy.
Close enough for a shot. Let's do that. 40%. Nice hit. Target is marked now. And should have the let's give them hell on them. Beautiful. So whoever kills it will get extra movement points in AP. Not that we know it needed because it's just one creature, but my goodness. Eunasius Lacerax. There you can see overall its stats as well. What kind of attacks it does. It has claw weapons and fangs. It has a Beastal Fury as an ability. Very important to check your enemies and start to understand how they work. Nice shot over there, Bridge Guard. Another good shot. It's nearly down. Round 2. It's going in. Another guard bites the dust. I'm so sorry, guard. And again, we're getting some ready your weapons. Let's see, we have enough in us to take a shot. We're missing. That's unfortunate. How about you, Breach Officer? Nice last gun over there. 6 shots going on. And another Bridge Officer bites the dust. Again, he's going for ready your weapons. Will this be enough? Oh, yes. And we shot its leg off even. Can scarcely believe it. A daily like this? What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. While the beast breaks free of the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. Without taking his eyes off the dead beast, Vorktvir removes the Vox caster from his belt and speaks a few quick orders into the device. Then it turns to you. I have blocked all passages between the upper and the lower sector of the residential decks. If this is the deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan. And here comes some guardsmen. Spread out. No one is allowed to enter the premise stations. At your service, Master Volktir. The lines of Volktir's forehead softens and his voice regains its usual courtesy. I'm afraid I must remain here, Ivanov, for Lady Theodora's safety. I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor. The Master Whisperer gives you a curt Poor people, and we shot his leg off. I love the gore over here. I hope the memory spikes that are happening during some killing motions and whatnot, we can fix that.
None shall stand in my way.
But even so, it's not really problematic. It's not really problematic. So, with that, let's open the door. Let's move through it. Wow. Wow. That is pretty massive. Should I move over the bridge? Servitors. Pretty huge. Where do we have to go? We do not know.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Exactly which direction. Let's go this direction then. If you raise your head, I will tell on you. Let's go over here. Little close up. Some of the inner life of the void ship. I love features like that. Lift the screen people around the decks to move with the lab. Grinding noise.
To the stars.
Bridge officer. I beg your pardon, Your Grace. After the incident, the beast broke free. The passage is closed. Okay, passage is closed. We have some servitors. During talk. As you approach, something in the servitor's body begins to hum as if it responds to your presence. Oh, there it is. Is it a response to your presence? Why does it not stay on the bottom? After a couple of seconds, the noise subsides.
Follow my lead.
Closed off that part as well. We have here a lot of tech priests. They're blessing the machine. Lovely. Lovely. What do we have here? This looks interesting, this device. And over there is Theodora. The person that we were looking for. That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora, says the man dressed in a peculiar garb, his voice tight with tension. His face, half of which is covered by sin skin, is twisted in a grimace of displeasure and disbelief. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide, practically an admission of heresy. The tall, gray-haired woman pins him with her gaze, her cybernetic eye flashing crimson. May I present to you Theodora, the boss of the ship. Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation, no worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6 Edelthrad? Survey the room. A first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. Oh, imagine we would have a narrator voice. Oh, that would be amazing. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tick, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast, the Ethelfred Theodora von Valancius features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raises high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Ethelfred. Behind the two of them, you see more men. One is gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holster and baldricks containing Our second candidate has just joined us. The dry female voice and the powerful feeling of being watched force you to look at Theodora. The rogue traitor is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive. Ivanov, approach and give me your answer. Rogue Trader is an imperial subject with a unique hereditary title. A rogue trader is tasked with exploring and exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefit. So basically, we are like in One Piece. We're exploring unknown seas in the wild worlds. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6 and New Worlds on the fringes of the Corona's expanse, high seismic activity, regular magma eruption, metaphoric rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirit that protects those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My questions to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? So I did a successful roll on Xenos and warp knowledge. And therefore I have these answers. If you don't, the roll is successful in the background, you'll probably have these answers. So, those spirits could well be natives' names for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Ion 6, or in this case 7, no it's 6, engages in Xeno worship. Theodora arches an eyebrow. Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor. Atlas coughs. Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teemed with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you, Ivanov, are simply unaware of their existence. Is that so? I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which I understand. What still more than you could do, Ethelfred? The color drains from Ethelfred's face, which distorts his feature further. Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you? Ethelfred Theodore's tones renders him silent. I believe I give you an assignment on the ship. Explain to me. Then, while my senior congratulator is still dawdling about the officer's deck instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview. I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I will forget the time. Alfred bows ironically and takes his leave without sparing you another look. Yeah, go on. Go on, you. Go over there to the corner. Shush. Off you go. Theodora's gaze follows him as he leaves, then she turns to you. So, Ivanov, why are you here? I do not know just yet. I hope you will clarify that. Theodora smiles warmly. Clarity, a luxury that few of us can afford. There's a reason why I do not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scarhus. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity, and my rights and freedoms are vindicated by the most sacred relic, the warrant of trade. Keep aboard this vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into darkness beyond the Empire and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign and bode death and ruin to us all. The God Emperor, for those who don't know, is basically the god that humankind is praying to, and we will go third into this topic in terms of God Emperor down our series for those who are unfamiliar with the Warhammer 40K. And with the variant of traits, the Sacred Imperial Relic document that affirms the preeminent rights of a rogue trader throughout the galaxy. Okay, so it's basically just the rights of conduct. This is my decision alone to determine the fates of whether I find the past, the bounds of the explored voids, ever worlds I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and the mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you, Ivanov, are one of those, the von Valancius blood in their veins, and rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. I am ready to take on this sacred purpose. Oh and you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of the warrant trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voigtveer served me for many years before he made his mistake. Did I hear correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name of Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is close to him. Voigtveer's performance in his current role is satisfactory, or it used to be, at least. Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my question now? The box affixed of Theodora's attire suddenly comes to life, but all you can hear is unintelligible noise. Theodora winces, shuts off the transmission, and gives you as an imperious nod. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. An incident took place in the officer's deck. A wild beast was roaming free and attacked anyone that ran into it. Is that so? I do keep a number of pets native to one of the planets on the officer's deck. Perhaps someone was careless during feeding time, or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Geller fields, or perhaps our possessed ship was in the mood for a lark. Theodora laughs nonchalantly. The gray-haired officer gives the rogue trader a look of cautious disapproval. Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff. Wow. Enough, Abelards. Such hearsay amuses me. Idara eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. She didn't see you. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks and malfunctions, conjugators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folk speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. Where's our ship headed? Or where's this ship headed? The Riken system, the domain of the rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and Ravis. Only 3 rogue traders exist in a coroner's expense, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in the surpassing both of them in influence and splendor. I set the course for Racket on demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you to the purpose of this voyage, but not now. I have no more questions. In that case, I shall head to Theodora's Walk's Vacants once more. This time you pick up shouting. The Lord Captain freezes, listening to the Voxcast, and immediately draws her weapons. Disturbance is reported at the adjacent decks, Seneschal. If the needs arises, protect the new blood. She glances at you. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated. Oh. Goons are coming. The guards are dead. We are under attack. Ballistic weapons at use, apparently. And another battle emerges. Theodora killed them. Boost. I wonder what kind of boost that is. There's a charge. Abelbard. Ooh, he completely sliced them open. Wow, that melted gunshot, very satisfying.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Very, very satisfying. Another shot. Oh, that did hurt. We have half cover. We have full cover over here. Let's go to full cover, and I can still see that guy over there from full cover. Let's do that. Moving over here. Then we want to boost them with let's give them hell, and this one gives us plus 50 ballistics till the end of combat. Kill them all. Wow. 34% chance. 28. Let's do the 34. Take a shot. Oh, even off. Right between, not between the eyes, but shooting for the throats, decapitating the creature, and shooting the head up to the first floor. Dirty. Very dirty. Okay, another shot happens. Everything misses. It's our turn again. Nice shot, Theodora. He's moving into the next one. Slices it open with a slash. And goes in for a charge for the other one. And another one bites the dust. He completely obliterated it, apparently. Ooh, the melter gun hits. One more down. That speeds up by hitting the space button. Another shot in the back. So, even off. My dear Ivanov, what do we do? Walking up there will give me access to shooting him and probably kill him off. Let's move up there. Now, let's take a shot up there for 71.
Problem for me.
Ooh, another throat shot. The head flies off. Well done, Ivanov. Well done. We're not getting shot at. That's good. Theodora shoots over there with her pistol, plasma pistol. Nice slice off, and the last shot hits and melts him down. Nice. Here comes the guards storming in. Theodore waves her hands in the commanding gesture. Mort, take the team with you and clear the path to the transport line. Do not let a single horseman survive. The rogue trader turns her eyes to you. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, Not bad. I've seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security makes them that much more susceptible of the harsh realities of warp transactions. She looks at the box in her hand. All you can hear is a lifeless static. The incident with the beast on the officer's deck may be connected to what's transpiring now. Possibly. Quite likely. Theodore winces and flicks the switch on the rocks a few times. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation. What are the orders? She breaks eye contact with you. Mort has gone on ahead to clear the path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the arch-militant requires aid. And be quick about it. Yeah, this time we find out what it caused it. I'm concerned about the disrupted communication with the navigator's chambers. We should have already approached the translation points and proceeded to real space. Oh, I see. Once we're done with the riots, it wants to have a look at the logisticator's reports. We need to understand what happened on the decks during the warp jump and the preparations preceding it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Nice. Well, wow, so much carnage happening here. We are tasked to move onwards, and we shall find out what is happening on the upper decks in our next episodes. Let me know if these lengths of videos are good for you, if we should make them longer, and of course, let's discuss some Warhammer lore in the comments down below. Until next time.